Hi, everybody. This is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profit. And I'm very excited to bring you an interview with the CEO of a platform that is really big in China and South Korea. And it's coming over to the UK and the US and the Western world. And I'm going to be finding out what it is and what benefits it offers for those of us that are interested in the crypto space. Now, before I introduce him, please subscribe, follow me on Twitter, CryptoRichYT. Join my official Telegram announcements channel, because there I post updates about all the videos that are going out. If you're watching this on YouTube, come over to Bitchute. I post my videos on Bitchute first. You can also find me on Bitchute and Library. But the other reason to come over from YouTube, apart from the fact you can earn tube coins on Bitchute, is because of YouTube censorship. There may come a day where my channel is no longer there on YouTube. They recently deleted gave CryptoLark a week's strike, so he can't post for a week. So this is why it's important for us to support censorship-resistant platforms. All right. Hey, good morning, and I think good evening for you, Alan, where you are. Thank you so much for making yourself available.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I'm in Hong Kong, so it's
You're in Hong Kong. Very good. Okay, and you are the CEO of Kikitrade, and I'm going to have all the links to everything in the description below. Now, I'm going to say something that I said to you offline. You are far too young looking to be the CEO of a company. What happened? Did you start when you were 5?
Yeah, I actually started doing startups even back in the days when I was in college. But I guess being an Asian gives you the perks of, people give you the benefit of the doubt. You look 10 years probably younger than your actual age is. So I guess there are some good things to it as well. Yeah, but I'm not that young. So I'm about 30 years old.
Okay.
And this is my, I think, fourth company.
Fourth company. Wow. What were the other companies? What did they do?
Yeah, so I founded 3 companies from 2011 to 2015, and across online educations, across also commerce, and alongside others. 2 of them was bought, and then in 2015, I joined a private equity group in Hong Kong called AID Partners, and I started doing technology investment for them. And then from there, it's just like doing investment in Israel, in United States, in Southeast Asia, in China. And then in 2018, I kind of like spin out Everest Venture Group from the private equity firm to focus more on crypto alone. And the Kikitrade is the flagship platform that we incubate.
Right. Okay. So we're going to be talking about Kikitrade, your latest venture.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that background. Let me share my screen with you. So this is the website of Kikitrade, and it says here, your friendly gateway to crypto world. So what is Kikitrade?
Yeah, I think Kikitrade, in a simply put, I think is a crypto investment app, right? And it's tailored for the everyday people, meaning that, for example, millennials, non-finance professionals, housewives, geeks, and also basically just anyone like everyday people that we see who are not a full-time crypto trader, who might not be a very sophisticated person who can speak the language of, like, for example, iceberg contract, for example. So these are the people that we are serving and tailoring the product to. So in some sense, you can say that if you try to say most of the exchange nowadays is like E-Trade or interactive brokers, then we're definitely more like Robinhood, eToro, or like Futu, for example, in Asia.
Right. Now, I said at the beginning that this is very big in China or Korea, certainly bigger in China or Korea than it is in Europe and the United States. So just give us an idea of the numbers of users that it has in China, or in that, where it's big and established.
Yes. So we actually listed the app on App Store in early September. So actually, we've just been up and running for a couple of months. But we already recently cracked like 30,000 users. And then a lot of users coming from the Chinese-speaking countries. And also some of them is from, for example, like Korea, you mentioned, and Southeast Asia as well. So mainly, I think Chinese and English is the 2 main language, with 2 versions of the app currently being in the market. And I think we're rolling out some more independent language very, very soon in Q1. And the user has been growing like really, really well. And a lot of people refer their friends as well. A lot of people get their first Bitcoin on our platform. Actually, I would say close to probably half of the user are newbies and beginners who just recently come into crypto. And also, very interestingly, there's a large proportion of females on our app as well, because I think one of the biggest snub is that everyone in crypto is male. It's a male dominant community, and most apps are designed to cater to male as well. And most of the female find the user experience and innovates and everything quite they're a bit scary of this. So that's why you will see that we use much more vibrant color. In Asia, people love stickers. People love like mascots, right? You can look at Line, you can look at Kakao. They all have very, very cute sticker. They even have offline shops called Kakao Friends, right? And that's where we took a page from their book as well. So we have Kiki, which is the polar bear, and Kiki is here to guide you through your whole journey in crypto.
Right. Okay. So designed to be user friendly, catering towards women in a way that other crypto applications don't do, possibly, because I agree women are underrepresented. It's a very male-dominated industry. Now, how is it funded? Where is the funding coming from?
Yeah, so the funding comes from predominantly the founding party. So Kiki is a joint venture between my group called Everest Venture Group. We are one of the most active, and also I think we've done a lot of good deals in crypto space in the last couple of years in the market. We were one of the very first of the traditional capital coming into crypto back in 2017, 2018. And then also with AgTech unicorn called Yamobi. So it's a joint venture between us. So basically we basically self-funded. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So privately funded. All right. And then how does Kikitrade make money? Because I've seen on this thing, on the website, it says 0 commission on trades and transactions.
Yes, correct. So we don't have transaction fees, because I think a lot of time, if you think about Huobi, for example, or most of the top exchanges, there are multiple tiers, right? VIP1, VIP2. It's very complicated. If you use HT, if you use BNB, it gets quite complicated for, I would say, most of the beginners. And what's most intuitive for people is just commission free. And we make a little bit of money from the pricing spread, which is very, very tiny there. And also, if you use margin trading, that's where we make a little bit more.
Right. Okay. All right. And why should anybody use Kikitrade over, I don't know, any other similar sort of application like eToro or Robinhood or even, Binance as an exchange?
Yes. I think there are two set of, I think what you mentioned is actually two very different type of product, right? People who are using Robinhood, of course, you can buy Bitcoin, Ethereum from Robinhood, and you should keep doing it, right? There's no point actually for you to go to other platform, except that maybe you want to trade some tokens or some crypto that's not available in Robinhood, maybe. But overall speaking, I think Robinhood, I'm a user of Robinhood myself. They are very good products, and I like the user experience overall. And I like the fact that you're able to invest between stock and also crypto. And on the other side, I think our differentiation from them is that we delegate more just to the crypto industry. For example, we have news aggregation in the app, we have the social feed in the app, with polling, we have data visualized specifically for crypto. So basically, we offer a little bit more in-depth experience if you want to just embrace crypto compared to Robinhood or eToro. And on the other end, compared to Binance or maybe the major, I would say, mainstream exchanges, our positioning are quite different. I think they're doing very, very well in their own right. But most of their users they care about, and the product is tailored more for a sophisticated investor. For example, like myself, I trade maybe a couple million to tens of $millions a month on these exchanges, and I'm definitely a VIP. And as a VIP, I pay very, very low transaction costs. I got a relationship manager on WhatsApp, talking to me all the time. I got my problem solved really, really quick. And I'm also able to, because I come from finance, I'm also able to navigate through all the jargons and complicated user experience and all that. But you can imagine that if the opposite of that is maybe someone who are everyday investor, they have 9-to-5 jobs. He might not, let's say, finance domain professionals. Then a lot of those things are quite scary, honestly, for new people to adopt. And the user experience is nothing like Robinhood or major investment app they're familiar with. So that's why I think the difference is there is we serve basically a different group of customers. And it's tailored for different needs, right? We tailor for people who want to invest with other people and listen to what other people talk about. So we emphasize a lot on our social aspect of that.
Okay, all right, no, thank you. That's very clear. So, I use Binance and some of the other exchanges, and I can get my way around. And I don't trade. I buy and hodl. But something like this would be more appropriate for someone who's just entering the space. Because if I tell my friends, "Oh, you can go and buy crypto off Kraken," so there is a steep learning curve using Kraken or Binance or whatever. Okay. Now, you said something about the social. You focus a lot on the social aspects. How do you do that? What do you do that's distinct?
Yes. So actually, one of the biggest thing in crypto is crypto, unlike stock, right? Stock has you can do a lot of, let's say, fundamental analysis, right? They have like quarterly earning being reported. They tell you how a company is growing. The management will give you like management interview and scripts and everything, right? And you see report from equity research and everything. So it's basically built on a lot of a series of events and a lot of actual growth of the company. And on crypto, on the opposite side, of course, there's community, there's project update you can get, but most of the people starting crypto not by their own research. Most people started by because their friends is telling them, you know what, there's a thing called Bitcoin. It's really interesting. I just bought some. It's up. You should come and take a look. So and you're asking people, hey, what do you think about this project called Polkadot in Europe, right? And people give you opinion and everything. So actually, crypto by nature itself is very, very community driven, right? And that's why I think that aspect need to be blended into the investment experience itself in a holistic holistic cohesive experience in the app itself, right? But right now the community investment is a little bit fragmented, right? So you have a bunch of Telegram groups in Asia. We're even worse with WeChat groups, with WhatsApp groups, right? With all kind of groups across multiple apps, and then you even use some of the crypto community apps as well, just for a certain group like contract traders, or this one is for other discussions. So easily you end up with like, I don't know, like 7 to 8 apps with hundreds of groups. And then you need to go back to different exchanges to trade. So we envision that if from a user perspective, I would want something that's like you can discuss with people in the app. You can comment about each like coins. You can post your own updates. You can write your own articles, and then also most importantly, you can also look at what other professional traders that you look up to, so-called teachers. What are the real-time holding is? What are the historical performance? And if I'm lazy, I can even copy trade their positions and mimic their trading. So that's the social aspect that we're talking about, is how do we blend in this end-to-end experience in a very cohesive way that you don't feel like it's a liability to maintain multiple apps and group chats.
Right. Okay. And now the copy trading, that could be very, very useful, provided it was effective or successful. Like, and I promise you, do not copy trade me. Don't do it. One, I hardly ever trade, and two, you really don't want to when I do trade.
Yeah, you're probably the holder. Actually,
yeah, I'm a hodler. I'm conservative. Yeah. So what's to stop somebody from copy trading someone who they really shouldn't copy trade?
So that's why we also we actually a lot of, in terms of feature on our app, we don't start with the technology. Of course, the copy trading engine is not easy to develop. Actually, we're the first one to achieve it. I think except eToro probably, but they're running on CFD. We're running on spot, so there's a huge differences there. But I think most important is
let me just stop there. Why is that different for people using the app?
Yeah, so it's a huge difference because fundamentally, if you're using the CFD, there's no underlying, there's no real Bitcoin there, right?
Right.
If let's say I'm buying and you're longing with together with me, actually now both of us, we don't have any Bitcoin. It's just a contract for forward difference. It's a derivative product, right? You basically track the price movement, and that's it. But in our cases, in both of our account, we have crypto, and so I think it's fundamentally very, very different in the spirit of the crypto market itself. You need to own the crypto, right?
Right. And so I can withdraw it to my own wallet.
That's correct. You can stop the copy trade anytime. You can withdraw anytime to any of the wallet you want to, and you can put it there. And you can even.
So it's real Bitcoin, not pretend Bitcoin, not paper Bitcoin.
Not just a derivative. So it's not just like a casino, for example, right?
Yeah.
And also, I think that's technological wise, but I think what most important is we have to come back. We have to start with the user experience, right? If you look into Asia has we have a very strong teacher and student, mentor and mentee kind of culture, right? So there's a lot of groups, and all these groups, the people, they all claim to be the masters of trader, right? They all claim to that, you know what, buy at this point, sell at that point, and they never seem wrong because whatever the statement they're making, it's hard to make them wrong as well.
Yeah.
Because it's general and everything. And because they're charming, they tell a lot. And the people really follow. And sometimes, but the problem is you don't really know if the teacher that you're following will even paying money to be in his group are really that good or not, right?
Right.
And what his real return and what his real-time strategy is going on. So that's why we feel like that, you know what, if you want to claim to be an actual good trader, you should embrace transparency. And that is something beautiful about the blockchain community, is that we don't mind putting things under the sunlight, right? And so that's why if you're a top trader, let's say on Binance, or at least you claim to, what you can do is very easily copy your View API and plug into our platform. You don't even need to migrate to Kikitrade. You just do that by copying your View API. Then we start tracking all your real-time position, all real-time performance. We calculate your win-loss ratios and everything. And then this, over time, give a holistic understanding to the followers and so-called students, and knowing that, okay, the signal coming from this teacher is legit. It's not fake. It's not real. It's not modified afterwards. And then I can trust him. I can trade, with the signals given by him. So basically, that's what we're trying to do.
Okay, so let me make sure I understood this right. So my background is not in tech. I just said my background is in children's social work, right? So I want to make sure that I've understood what you said. For those who are watching this and aren't technically minded, so somebody comes forward, or you'd find somebody as a possible potential master trader or a teacher, somebody who could be copy traded successfully. They connect, and maybe it's somebody who's trading on Binance or Kraken or some other exchange. They connect with the API through into the Kikitrade app or with you. So their crypto stays on the other exchange, but you're able to monitor and backdate and see their performance. And then you can let people know, okay, this is their performance, and then it's up to them.
Exactly, correct, 100% correct. They doesn't need to change any user experience wise. They don't need to move their crypto. It's different from eToro as well, right? Because if you think about eToro, for it to be a really good trader, you need to move your asset to eToro and pay a crazy spread, because eToro's pricing is always bad, right? And compared to interactive brokers and other platforms. So the professional trader usually not coming over. It's like, why should I pay double or triple of my spread, right? And that's why the people who really come over eToro are probably not the top tier, I would say, professional traders. But in our case, you doesn't need to change anything. You still share Binance, you still do whatever you're doing with like contracts, anything you like. And what we're only asking you to do is, once you log in, there's a section called API management. It's very easy that you generate and copy your view API, and we won't be able to move any of your assets because that's the trading API. So just give us the view API. We basically view your activities and real-time positions and everything. So then we will reflect all of this in our app, and people can judge for themselves whether they think your strategy is right, whether they think your performance is good enough for them, or whether they want to follow you. And from your end, you can customize. If you want to say, hey, you know what, I'm not giving out this signal for free. I want to charge something for giving this signal. If you guys are basically mimicking my signals, my trading strategies, so you can customize. Say, you know what, I'm going to charge 10% or 20% or 30% of my profit and of the profit I have to make. So basically, that's purely customizable up to you. And if your strategy does make money and the people also make money together with you, then yeah, we'll deduct it out of it and give everything back to you. We don't even take a cut from those 20 or 30% as well.
Okay. And then where you make the money is from the transactions that people do. Because
yes,
I would
take a very
very tiny, because I would, if I was copying you, you've connected to the API, I've seen your results. Yep, Alan is the one. Let me copy Alan. And then let's say you're taking 5% of the profits that I'm making on the trades from copying you. And then I'm making those trades inside the app. And then you're getting your Kikitrade is getting their money from the trades that I'm making a tiny commission on that, on the spread or something.
Yeah. So I'm basically when you actually make the money, I'll take 5% of yours, because that's what you agree to pay to the heroes. We call them heroes.
Right.
The pro traders. We take your 5% and pass it just to the heroes. So that's the heroes earning. So that's why if you're a good trader, it's almost a way for you to, before maybe you want to set up a fund or professionally, become a full-time asset manager. It's a very good way to test your abilities and also build up so-called the following basis and build up a great track records and paving your way for maybe become even more like a full-time asset manager down the road. So I think that is how you build your fan base with our app and build your so-called initial AUM with our app as well. And how we make money is quite simple. We are basically the wholesaler. You can imagine that, by pulling all this trading volume together, a lot of orders hedging each other on our app. Some of the orders that are not purely hedged on our app, we hedge on multiple exchanges, and we are basically VIPs on every single exchange. We're paying the lowest fees on all of them, and that's why we pay much lower, and that's why we're able to take a little bit as almost like a wholesaler. So it's the same business model as Robinhood. Basically, they're selling the order flows to the major platform exchanges, and that's the same way we are making money as well.
Okay, and it could be that this could work like a set and forget. That I go into the Kikitrade app, set the parameters, follow whoever I choose to follow, and then I just forget about it.
Yes, that's the beauty of it. Is actually a lot of people, they want to forget, right? Like a lot of people have the daytime job, their family to take care about, right? I just have a newborn daughter, so I want to spend more time with her instead of trading my positions. And there's a couple of guys I trust a lot, and I think they're smarter than me, they're better trader than me, they're more disciplined than me. So why not? I would want to trust them with my money.
Yeah.
And also, you solve a problem is traditionally, if you want to invest, let's say in a top trader, you need to invest in his fund. Or even worse, a lot of people, a lot of asset managers in the crypto market, they're not really, let's say, a licensed fund or not a registered asset managers. So what they do is sometimes you just like, because there's a layer of trust, you say, you know what, I'm going to wire my Bitcoin, I'm going to wire my USDT to your account and make sure you trade it. And whatever you reported to me on earning, I will trust you, right? And there is a risk of a huge counterparty risk because they could, with your private key, they could run away with the money, right? So that's why our platform creates segregation of firewall in between. So basically, your money is safe with us, and the people, the heroes, they cannot move your assets. So that's why you doesn't need to, hey, I got to do my due diligence on every single one of this hero. What are the background? Where does they live in? What if money disappear? What do I call them and everything? So that's what we do in between as well.
Right,
So
okay.
I think that's also a problem for the users.
Yeah, and also you will facilitate the copy trader fee, so that because whoever's being like the professional trader, the hero, they want to make sure that they get what's due to them as well.
Exactly. So basically, it eliminates a lot of counterparty risk between, let's say, even a lot of time, people will copy multiple traders as well, not just one. So for example, there might be a couple of traders that are really good at, let's say, contract more derivative related leverage the product. There might be a couple of traders that's only really, really good in doing macro analysis or fundamental analysis on the major coins, right? And they all have different focus and different strategies. Some people who trade maybe like 100 times per week, and there's a trader who only trade 100 times per year, which is completely different. So that's why you can allocate across multiple heroes as well, and that's how you have a peace of mind and have the lowest administrative cost and the lowest counterparty risk.
Okay, and what's the sort of minimum investment that somebody would need to put in order to copy trade?